This is a question for all three of you, and I've been asking everybody this. Obviously, like Rebel Moon has lots of, I guess, inspiration from, Star Wars and Warhammer and all these different kind of things. I'm wondering for each characters, did Zach guide you towards a real life person or any kind of like real life inspiration, or was it more sort of, I guess, mythical, if you like?
Uh, well, for my character, I think Zach, I think he kind of gave us the leeway to explore the character however we thought the character needed to be explored from what was on the page. For me, I pulled a little bit physicality from Toshiro Mifune from Seven Samurai. I know that this was one of the things that Zach and Kurt really loved and sort of infused into the piece, even down to like the grain being a big issue and the harvesting of this grain, the stealing of this grain from Velt. And so just the way that I sling the weapon on my shoulder, it was just a little bit of a physicality thing that I took from that. But everything else is just from within the world building of it all.
Yeah, it's funny. I also watched Seven Samurai as part of my preparation for this project. But no, there was not like a character that I referenced Gunnar off of.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about any specific character references, but I did have a couple of my own, and they were Killua from Hunter x Hunter and Mugen from Samurai Champloo.
Wow, that's pretty deep. That's a pretty deep call. I'm, oh no, that's impressive. Like, it was like shit. Wow, that's
I love Hunter x Hunter, and I can definitely see the Kahlua, yeah.
Low key.
I'm wondering as well. I mean, obviously when you're playing quite fantastical characters, I mean, you've all done kind of like sci-fi and fantasy in the past. I'm wondering, I mean, do you start to connect with your character when you are in costume? Do you do it when you find the voice? Do you find it when it's physicality, or is it when you read the script? Or is there any specific point in the process that you're thinking, right, I know who this character is now and I can play them?
I think I started connecting as soon as I read the script, but maybe that's also different because I play a character who's maybe the most relatable. He's, a humble farmer.
Yeah.
Just the planet is Velt, but there was, maybe a bit more relatable, than some of the warrior types.
Well, for me, it was getting the makeup for the Blood Axe makeup. Once we put that on, it was like, oh wow, I see. Okay, I feel this, right? The physicality is always a big thing for me, right? Finding the posture, how the character's walking, that sort of thing. But until you put on the Blood Axe makeup, you get on the armor. For me, that's a huge thing. The costume as well, and that's where I was like, okay, I can look at myself in the mirror and go, who is this person, right? And take it from there.
Yeah, I think also just being in relationship to the other actors and the other people on set, you get reflections of the character back to yourself, and you kind of start to understand, where do I fit into this bigger story?
Yeah. I mean, again, this is a question for all three of you. I mean, do you think, we've all played like sci-fi and fantasy now a couple of times. I mean, are you drawn to this, or is it just kind of what's being offered to you and I guess the kind of what's in the, I hate to use the word, but what's in the zeitgeist? I mean, do you have an affinity for it, or is it what's being offered?
I love the genre in general. I mean, I was a geek and still am a geek to this day growing up. So for it to be a genre that I love, and working with a director like Zach, who takes so much care and puts so much nuance and so many layers and elevates this particular genre in the way that he does with, just about anything he touches, be it zombies or superheroes or what have you. For me, it was no brainer, really.
Yeah, same. To make a big piece of entertainment like this with a filmmaker like Zach, what actor wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, the size and scale alone are very alluring, but it's also just to be able to take the journey that these characters take is very exciting, to be on that arc of hope.
It's a new age for the universe.